Hello, hello. Happy World Card Making Day. This is card number 4 using Forever Fern. I'm Rachel Palmieri in Melbourne, Australia, and I've put out a series of quick tutorials today, every half hour or so, for you to make something with some designer series paper and Forever Fern, or whatever stamp set you decide to substitute for it. I do have the card recipes over on my blog, which is Stamping Pals. I think even if you search Rachel Palmieri, which is spelt Palmieri, you should find me, I would think. But yes, I've got all the measurements and photographs of the cards over there ready to help you out. And there's nothing particularly fancy about them. They're basic, simple cards, although I've got what I think are a couple of stunners to finish off with today. So let's see how we go with this one. Now, it's basically a standard card, a crumb cake base. I cut them at 14.5. Most other people in Australia would cut them at 14.8. And it's scored across, at 10.6 down the centre to get a nice finish. Okay, and I have then put a layer 10 centimetres. In fact, this might be 10.1 centimetres by 14.1. No, I'll measure it for you. Well, I will, except that there's no numbers on this, so that's a bit fun. Look, it is about 14.1 long. Actually, that one's close to 10 centimetres. Let me see how that looks on the card base. That's fine. There's a little margin all the way round. Actually, since that's the simple part, really simple part, I will apply the adhesive to the back. I'm just using good old Tombow liquid glue because it slips and slides if you don't get it quite lined up. And we should do it okay. I love this paper. It's retired now. It's called Woven Threads. I love the washed out look of it. When I see fabrics like this in blouses in the shops and things, I always kind of succumb to purchasing these. I'm probably an old hippie from the 70s. Anyway, we have a length of ribbon here. It's not particularly long. Basically, it just goes over the centre of that. This piece of card is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 12.5 centimetres, which will mean that it's 8.5 centimetres long. That's the way I would think that one out. And it fits nicely inside the 13 centimetre by 9 centimetre piece of crumb cake. But we'll go on and we'll do the stamping. And since I'm using the same colour DSP for this card, I think that I will go with the same colour inks as well, which in this case were Rococo Rose, Highland Heather, and I've explained previously that although it's Purple Posy that goes with this paper, not many people have it because it had to be withdrawn due to issues with the ink colour. I do have it, but I find that Highland Heather is pretty much the same if you stamp off once. So, and anyway, it doesn't matter if you've got a slightly darker one either. It's quite nice. So I opened up Rococo Rose, and I believe it's this one that I'm using. We'll soon see. I took it quite close to the top there, and I'll spray it out over here. I know that the centre of my card will be covered by the sentiment circle, and also that strip of ribbon is going to hide the kind of gathering of ink that happens in the middle when you're doing something like this. This one I'll stamp off without re-inking, so it will be a lighter shade. It's a little trick I've been teaching you all along. I'm sure lots of you know that one anyway, but you know, if you don't, you might have learnt something. Alright, I'll go to the Highland Heather next. And I might actually bring in a dirty piece of paper to do the stamping off, so that I can, save up on that one. I've got a few more videos to make today. Look, I might do a dark one. I didn't on the first card, but I'll do one there. You'll notice I am stamping off the card. That's often a very nice effect. Now, I must admit, when I was making this, I thought, oh, it's a bit of a mess. Don't much like that. But when it was put together, I didn't mind it at all, actually. Now, this last colour is Flirty Flamingo. It's not one of the colours in the range either. It would be normally Terracotta Tile, but that's particularly dark. A darker shade of Flirty Flamingo, if you like. So, I just quite enjoy popping a couple of accents in of that. It's pretty full up there, isn't it? We'll stick another one there. Alright, hopefully that's okay. And lastly, I'm going to bring in the Seaside Spray, which is one of the colours that featured in the paper. Blue is my favourite colour, so of course it's that paper is the one that I've run out of. And we'll splatter. That'll do, will it? Put some there. Now, while I had the Flirty Flamingo out, I should have done the sentiment. Now, I think that's the second size of the Stitch Circle dies. They come in a set called Stitch Shapes, I think. I may not be quite right on that. I'll have it listed correctly on the blog, hopefully. And this stamp set has a rather nice sentiment in it. Although a friend of mine who's very particular about grammar pointed out that it should not be to a friend that makes me smile, it should be to a friend who makes me smile. And she says she will never use it. So, I think that's a shame. They should have got her to do the grammar check for them. So I don't like using Tombow when it's ribbon because it seeps through. And I have misplaced my Stampin' Seal today, which is unfortunate for me, but we've always got good old tear and tape. And then we need some dimensionals. Top, bottom, and I need my little piece that supports this. Now it doesn't have to have that. It could have had a coloured one as well. It could have had perhaps Rococo Rose. Okay, and now we'll just put some more dimensionals on, raise it up a little bit. I did offer a quarter pack of this paper. That would be 6 sheets cut at 6 inches by 12 inches earlier on. I don't know if anyone's taken me up on that offer at this stage, but I could mail them out to you if you're in Australia. Alright, now then we've just got to think about some embellishments on here. Don't have to, of course, but you know, you could put rhinestones, you could put maybe a mauve. Oh, that's a lot on this one. Never mind. Just got carried away, didn't I? Right, so that is card number 4. And card number 5's a little bit different, but again using DSP and stamping, or actually I think that might be a die cutting one. You'll have to come back and see in half an hour. Well, it'll be 10 minutes probably. Bye for now.